My name is Sunday Ndunguru Kapesi. I'm Tanzanian, 43 years old, father of 3, lawyer by training, business development manager by expertise, and now an addiction recovery support coach, mental health advocate, wellness and fitness professional. My background is very simple, simple but complicated. 2020, I lost my father, unaware that I was grieving. Over the following 2 years, a lot of issues came to the surface. My journey with addiction, there were 3. Emotionally eating. 2, I had a really bad chronic substance use disorder, and my drug of choice was cocaine. Alcohol was something I'd been drinking since I turned legal, which was 18. I was unaware that it was a problem. All I can tell you from 2020 to 2022 was my relationship at the time to the mother of my 2 younger kids was in the ICU. We're always fighting. 2, I remember being quite restless, not being able to focus, breaking people's promises to people, to myself. I developed a really bad sleeping or lack of sleep disorder, which was later diagnosed as insomnia. So I could go 3-4 days without sleeping. I think the cracks started to show. People around me, family and friends, started to notice that I was late for many appointments. I couldn't quite settle. I was very restless. I started isolating a lot more. My partner at the time, I think, was the first to intervene and organize an intervention with my sister, a very good friend. As tough as that conversation was, I think that was the beginning of contemplating that I needed help. What came out of that conversation was them informing my mother. I got to find all this out when I checked into rehab at Chiromo, and we did psychological tests, psychometric tests, personality tests, anxiety, depression, suicide, and I scored an A, figuratively speaking, on ADHD, and that for me was the turning point. I didn't know you could grieve losing a job. The end of my relationship. We're together 8 years, we had a lot of plans. Excuse me. I didn't know I could be grieving that. My faith was restored in rehab. I remember the exact day, 2 weeks into my rehab journey. I always go with this one quote: God will destroy your plans when he sees that your plans will destroy you. I had my first lapse 13 months after rehab, and a lapse is a mistake. But then 2-3 weeks into that binge, I realized, wait, why am I doing all of this? And what triggered at that moment was a place. I went to a place to just relax, and it triggered because I used to drink there. I used to do substances there. So I learned how to avoid certain places. Recovery for me, now here I am in my 3rd year. I'm in Nairobi. I'm studying addiction treatment sciences at Kenyatta University, postgraduate course. I'm volunteering at about 5 rehab facilities, working in one, helping other people who were in my situation. So I'd say right now, on the 3rd year anniversary of me getting help, I think I'm doing much better. I'm living amongst people that I can relate to. I needed that help. I needed that community. And here I am, going to church almost every Sunday, but deeply rooted in service. And I have to thank Karura Community Chapel because they sent their members, parishioners, to visit us in rehab every Thursday and every Sunday. Very normal people who came to eat with us, pray with us, learn from us, treat us as decent human beings. And that triggered my love of service. We go to church, we show up, we dress well, we pay our bills, and that is what I call functional addiction. Very difficult to convince those people. I was one of them to get help. If you are wanting to be at peace with yourself and others, ask for help. Receive that help, pass it forward. And should people intervene, pressure you, push you, I would say you've been through worse. So give that a go and get that help.